Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Henry. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will take over. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now Stafford. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Wide open receiver complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Adam Shaheen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. Off to Henry. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun now for Carr. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
From the end zone, Stafford. Shaheen, the tight end, on the right side. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now here come the Raiders. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here we go.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devon Kennard not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing now is Carr. And he's going to go down again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. Steps away to his left. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. He's going to look deep down the field. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 38. And they run with a backup. This is Thomas Rawls. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. He got 29 yards that time. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Two minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Carr to throw on 2nd down. They set up the screen for Henry. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, a 22.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, look at that. And Hill running right through it. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Set. Blue 60. Check 24. Check 24. Right, tag 53.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Try to lay. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, and certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like the rhythm seems off. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. good spot. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Glover Quinn there on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
694.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Throwing left side, it's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
637.
Again to Henry. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give the tackle to Tease Tabor that time.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now, 280.
Again, it's Henry. Oh, now he bowls it over. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
Derrick Henry shedding the tackle. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now it's Henry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. from the gun. Carr. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Touchdown, Detroit. Rashad Penny, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Lions have tied it. If they hit the extra point, they'll have the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Down, 180.
They begin with Henry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
That's right.
On play action, it's Carr. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Hey, 6-18. Hey, 734.
Operating from the gun. Carr looking deep in the direction of Cooper. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
That's taken on the 25. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play. Back now at Ford Field. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Shane Ray not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. In for the score. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together, but that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. Uses the spin, and he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. Got a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Lions on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. This is taken at about the 14. He spins free. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Carr. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Penny. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it. This is caught inside the 15. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. Forced out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
21.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Carr going to throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Penny, a first down carry. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Rashad Penny, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Important extra point up and through, and that will make this a 4-point game. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Now,
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Go. Get set. 7:34. 29. 6:37.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be out right at the 35. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. And this one is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
You got 56 there.
He'll look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And a reception made by Moncrief. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. One final try now for Carr. He dumps it off for Henry. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Carr now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Lions, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Dallas Cowboys next week. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.